creating a news agenda that reflects an unbiased view of Asian current affairs without relying on external news sources. Asia Vision, Asian news through Asian eyes.
Hello and welcome to AVN, your weekly roundup of the news from around the globe. I'm Abdullah Ahil, your host for the evening. Linden harvest season begins in Amanos Mountains in Hatay province of Turkey. The sweet fragrance of linden blossoms now fills the air in the Amanos Mountains, marking the beginning of the annual linden harvest season. Residents of nearby villages have begun making their way into the lush forested areas to collect the aromatic flowers prized for their medicinal and soothing properties. In the Karashaogran region of Hatay's Hassa district, local villagers can be seen carefully gathering linden blossoms from the branches of tall trees nestled in the Almasik Plateau. The area, part of the broader Amanos mountain range, becomes a hub of activity during this short but significant season. After hours of meticulous harvesting, many villagers take a well-earned break, enjoying freshly brewed linden tea made from the very flowers they collect, a moment of both relaxation and tradition. The harvest not only sustains a seasonal livelihood, but also strengthens community ties and preserves a centuries-old tradition rooted in the region's natural rhythms. As the harvest continues in the coming weeks, locals hope for favorable weather conditions to ensure a plentiful yield and share the healing power of linden with markets across the country. Amid the threat of extinction, conservation efforts at the Sumatran Rhino Sanctuary, or SRS, in Way-Campas offer hope for the species. This program not only protects 10 rhinos in their semi-natural habitat, but has also recorded natural births that are vital for the survival of the species. The Sumatran Rhino Sanctuary, or SRS, in Way-Cambas, Lampong, located in the heart of Way-Cambas National Park, is now home to 10 Sumatran rhinos. In this conservation area, the rhinos are cared for using a semi-in situ approach, a management system on a large tract of land designed to resemble their natural habitat while still under human supervision. Covering more than 10 hectares, the rhinos are fed forest leaves daily, wallow in mud to regulate their body temperature, and undergo regular health checks to ensure they remain in prime condition. Since its establishment in 1997, SRS has recorded 5 Sumatran rhino births, an important achievement considering the species' long gestation period of 15 to 16 months and their very low reproductive rate in the wild. Monitoring is conducted intensively from pregnancy through the first month after birth to ensure the calves grow healthy. SRS Way-Cambas remains the only conservation site currently achieving natural rhino births under a breeding program. The ultimate goal of this conservation effort is to return Sumatran rhinos to a safe and viable wild habitat. SRS has prepared a dedicated conservation zone covering more than 9,000 hectares designed as a future release area. However, major challenges remain from securing the forest and ensuring the availability of natural forage to raising awareness among local communities to help protect the species known as a guardian of ecosystem balance. The global population of Sumatran rhinos is now estimated to be fewer than 70 individuals. These rare animals are scattered across 3 isolated populations in Lampong, Aceh, and Kalimantan. China's first floating solar power project, operating entirely in a seawater environment, has officially been completed and put to use in Qingdao City, East China's Shandong province, according to China Petroleum and Chemical Cooperation, Sinopec. Covering an area of about 60,000 square meters with an installed capacity of 7.5 megawatts, the project is expected to generate 16.7 million kilowatt hours of green electricity annually. The innovative design allows the photovoltaic panels to float and move with the tides, maintaining a minimal gap between the panels and water surface, only about 1/10 of that seen in traditional pile-based structures. This design optimizes seawater cooling, increasing energy conversion efficiency by 5 to 8%. To tackle the challenges of marine corrosion, biofouling, and tidal fluctuations, the R&D team developed special anti-corrosion floats and barnacle-resistant supports. A robust underwater anchoring system has also been engineered to withstand winds up to force 13 and adapt to tidal range of 3.5 meters. These advancements reduce capital investment by around 10% compared with conventional installations. The project is expected to serve as a standardized model for future solar development in coastal and shallow marine environments, supporting the broader push toward lower-cost renewable energy in China. Prospectors have been flocking to Western Australia's goldfields ever since Australia's biggest gold rush in Kalgoorlie more than 130 years ago. And some say there's still plenty left to find.
It's peak gold prospecting season, and the record high price has brought in a convoy of tourists hoping to hit the big time. For the goldfields, it's a golden tourism opportunity.
There's gold fever getting around at the moment, isn't there? And it's great to see that people are making the most of what is a very buoyant gold price.
It's the most popular machine we're selling these days.
At this prospecting supply store, metal detectors are flying off the shelves.
It's been extremely busy this year. We've had a lot of more people coming through the shop. There's a lot more people out prospecting.
800 kilometres from Perth, people have come from all over the country and the world to a prospecting tour camp near Leonora.
I'm turning away like 6 to 10 people a day.
Yeah, at least.
That can't get on tours.
But it's not as simple as just picking up a metal detector.
And a lot of your clientele expect, because the TV shows that say, they go out 5 minutes and they found a big nugget. That's not reality. It's hard work.
While everybody dreams of striking it rich, these prospectors say it's not just about finding gold.
I guess it's like fishing. You like fishing, you buy the equipment, you buy yourself a boat, then you come home with $50 worth of fish at the end of the day. You could have gone down to Coles.
There's not so many people out here. You can just get lost in your own world out detecting. You can walk for kilometres, especially if you're on your own, not see anything, hear anything, nothing. It's just lovely.
A unique tourism experience offering more than just an adventure. Macy Turner, ABC News, Leonora.
Artificial intelligence is set to revolutionize the time-consuming and costly process of grading lentils. One South Australian startup has invented a machine which uses AI to analyze the quality of pulses. It could take all the tweezers' work out of the task that's normally done by hand. Landline's Kerry Straight or State reports.
Australia produces a lot of lentils. But have you ever wondered how much work goes into getting these pulses onto your plate?
Well, this is one job you may not have thought about. Every time lentils move through the supply chain, whether it's at a storage facility, port or final receival site, a sample of 200 grams is taken and analysed piece by piece.
It's done by humans.
I would imagine that's a bit of a problem.
Absolutely, because obviously what I see is different to what you see.
Beck actually works for a company called Cropify, which is trying to take this subjectivity out of the process and speed it up using artificial intelligence.
So this is your baby?
It certainly is, Kerry.
Now look, from a television point of view, perhaps not the most exciting thing I've ever seen, but I'm guessing there is a lot going on in here.
Yeah, there is. So we open this up.
All right.
Basically, we put the lentils on the tray.
Yep.
And we place it in our beautiful machine.
Sorry.
We close the door, and then there's 2 high-spec cameras in the top here. They take images of those lentils. Those 2 images go up into the cloud, and that's where the brains of our product is. That's where the AI software analysis happens. And for each object that's found, there'll be a photo that comes back down for us to look at.
And what is it looking for?
First, is it a sound lentil, a good lentil? And if it is, it goes into that bucket. If it's a defective lentil, then what is it? It'll categorise it. It could be insect damage, mould, fungal disease, chipped and broken.
Subjective grain assessments given the industry problems around the world forever, and it's something that we thought we could tackle together.
The South Australian government is warning an algal bloom along the coast is unlikely to end anytime soon, despite winter conditions. Rachel Merritt reports.
This is another devastating blow for communities who have been grappling with the toxic algal bloom for the past 3 months, but the government says that there is nothing that they can do to fix the problem. The outbreak was first identified back in March along the Fleurieu Peninsula. It brought with it discoloured water, foam, and is responsible for the deaths of a countless number of marine life. The impacts of the bloom are now being felt on Adelaide's metropolitan beaches, with reports of dead sharks, sea lions and fish stretching from North Haven to Aldinga. Scientists have been waiting to see whether cooler temperatures brought about during winter could spell an end to this ecological disaster. But the state's Environment Minister Susan Close says that sadly that is not the case, and people should prepare for the bloom to spread to different parts of the coasts and to spread as well into the state's river system. Take a listen.
What we are seeing is a very persistent organism, and so I want to prepare people for thinking that this is not something that is likely to pass quickly and is likely also to return at some point. What we're experiencing at the moment is the effects of climate change. It is what happens when you have an ongoing marine heat wave off our coast.
Minister Close says the strong winds and thunderstorms which have lashed the state over the past few months have helped to break up the bloom, but they've also served to transport the algal mass to different parts of the coastline. She does say, though, in some promising news, the size of the bloom around Kangaroo Island and the Western York Peninsula has reduced. Some prominent ecologists are warning that if the bloom can't be cleared up this winter, it could extend on for 18 months, with the possibility that it could restart again next summer.
Where mountains meet starlight, China's northwestern province of Qinghai is rich in natural wonders.
Rushing rivers, cascading waterfalls, Qinghai's natural wonders stir the senses. Stretching across the border of Gansu and Qinghai provinces, the Qilin Mountains stand tall with a third of the vast expanse of them rooted in Qinghai. From tranquil lakes to sweeping meadows, these highland landscapes are fueling a quiet boom in camping tourism. Among city dwellers seeking a change of scenery and respite in the wilderness. Opened in August last year with partial government funding, this campsite charges users an annual fee of 3,000 yuan rather than a daily rate. Here, campers pitch tents, dig makeshift wells, chop firewood, and build their second home nestled in nature. 38-year-old Xining entrepreneur Mr. Qi has been pursuing this rugged way of life, staying here 4 to 5 days a week over the past few months. Despite unstable power supply here, he says the vast space brings serenity. Here he works with his hands and no more couch scrolling. These lakeside hostile units provide another option for nature seekers. Fun and giggles fill the site. And there is a starry night sky with zero light pollution. For eco-tourists in Qinghai around Qilin Mountains, these views are also within reach. This Zhejiang tourist says she longed for a trip to Qinghai for years, and what has made this trip extra special is the company of her son. Especially at this Lianxing Lake, which means connected hearts in Chinese. From where I'm standing, this popular photo spot in the Qilian Mountains offers visitors both the views of the Lianxing Lake and the snow-capped peaks. Jackie Lin, TVB News, Qinghai.
The harvest of watermelon, one of the symbols of Diyarbakir and known for its aroma, has begun. The harvesting of Turkey's renowned watermelons has commenced in the southeastern region of Diyarbakir province. The TRT News channel has reported on workers harvesting watermelons in a field in Diyarbakir. These watermelons, also referred to as Diyarbakir watermelons, are distinguished by their distinctive flavor, aroma, and taste, which are protected by a registered trademark. The yield rate of the product, grown on 23,000 acres of land in the province, is very high. With its geographical indication registration, today watermelons weighing 40 to 45 kilograms can be produced. It continues to be produced with traditional methods. This year, watermelons grown on 23,000 acres of land are sent all over the country. Giant watermelons will also be collected for competitions. Lionfish hunting competition held in Turkey's Antalya to raise awareness of invasive species. A lionfish hunting competition was held in the Demre district of Antalya as part of Turkey's organized at the Shayagji Marina. The event featured two teams who competed to catch the most and largest lionfish from the surrounding waters. The lionfish, or Terra miles, originally native to the Indo-Pacific region, entered the Mediterranean through the Suez Canal from the Red Sea. In recent years, it has spread rapidly along the Turkish coast, reaching from the eastern Mediterranean all the way to the Sea of Marmara. With no natural predators in the Mediterranean, they reproduce quickly and prey aggressively on local fish populations. Their expansion poses a significant threat to the marine biodiversity of the region, especially to native and economically important species. During the competition in Demre, a total of 67 lionfish were caught, weighing a combined 8.4 kilograms. After the event, the fish were cooked and offered to the public, highlighting the edibility and culinary potential of the species as a means of population control. Events like this aims to raise awareness among fishermen, divers, and local communities about the ecological dangers posed by lionfish and encourages sustainable efforts to limit their impact on the Mediterranean ecosystem. And that's it for our coverage of the recent most notable feature stories from our Asia Vision Network. Stay tuned for more such news on our AVN and other bulletins. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Creating a news agenda that reflects an unbiased view of Asian current affairs without relying on external news sources. Asia Vision, Asian news through Asian eyes.